like this. Okay, that is okay to do when you are trying to max out on, or you are trying for a peak over. So next we are moving on to the shoulders, particularly the deltoids. The movements are 3. One for the front, one for the middle, and one for the rear. Okay, along with that, we will be doing unilateral shrugs. So I'll be showing that first, and then we'll move on to the raises for the deltoids. So, shrugs, you can keep a neutral grip like this or a pronated grip, it doesn't matter. So, a neutral grip is a much more easier version because you don't have to awkwardly hold it like this. Okay? The thing is, many people think they are doing shrugs, but what they actually do is they just bend their torso, and there is no relative movement on the shoulder blade, but people still think they are doing shrugs. The correct way to do it is this. It is your clavicle, alright, also called the collarbone, which is supposed to move up and down like this, and not your entire torso. Make sure that you do it in the right way. And moving on to the shoulder exercises, the deltoids, you have the front raises. I do not typically train front raises with dumbbells because the front deltoids are usually overdeveloped muscles because they are recruited in any form of pressing or pushing movement which we do. Pushing movements involve push-ups, bench presses, and any sort of a barbell press or any overhead lifting which we do will always recruit the front deltoids. So it is not entirely compulsory to train your front deltoids, but if you want to, by all means do it. The next muscle group we are going to be focusing on is the medial or the middle head of the deltoids. So this particular head right here. So that is the anterior head and this is the medial head. And behind you'll find the rear deltoids. So now our focus is on this middle head right here. Okay, so for that, the lateral raises are the best bet. Okay. So for this exercise, it is better to keep a supinated grip. Okay, so pronation, neutral, supination. And along with that, there is one more cue which you will need to be careful about, is a slight bend forward when doing this exercise. The reason behind bending a little bit forward is because it takes most of the effort from the front deltoids if you lean forward. If you stand very upright, you will end up using a little bit of your front deltoids to move the weight rather than just your middle head alone. So to isolate it really nicely, you have a little bit of a forward lean before doing this. A couple of reps in and my deltoids are already fired up. This is a difficult exercise to perform, particularly because it is a pure isolation exercise unless you cheat by wavering to the sides like this or dancing. Okay, unless you do all that, there is no way you can recruit any other muscle fibers to perform this exercise, particularly because you are not bending your elbows, so you cannot use your arm muscles, and you're not bending your torso, so you cannot use your core or your back muscles to give any sort of support. You have to move the weight purely by shoulder alone, and that renders this exercise very difficult but very effective. And with that, we will be moving to the rear deltoids. For the rear deltoids, I'm using this little stool. Keep the back straight, back down. Keep a pronated grip on this hand and you're just going to roll, okay? When you lift it from the front, it'll be like this, okay? Don't do like that, okay? Flare it out. At the same time, don't do like this, okay? That is not going to help. Just do this, and within 2 or 3 reps, you'll feel that burn in the rear deltoid muscle, okay? That head is not often trained, so you'll be able to feel that very easily. Similar to the rear deltoids, a little variation in that movement will become a wonderful exercise for the latissimus dorsi muscles, which you can see here. Right? So that variation is nothing but the way in which you move your elbows. For the rear deltoids, we saw that we have to move it like this. For the latissimus muscles, we move it like this, okay? And it is not just using your arm muscles to move like this. You're not doing that. We want to ideally come to this position and use and engage and really squeeze the lats. Squeeze it up like this. Again, do not twist your torso like this. You want to just move it here and then use your lats to move it backwards. So it is like this. And then engage the lats, then squeeze it up to the top as far as you can go, and then come back. So that is the exercise for the lat muscles. It'll engage that back muscle very nicely if you do it properly. So with that, I'm wrapping up the video for the upper body workouts with a single dumbbell. I'll be covering the lower body section in a separate video. Be sure to like and comment on this video. Let me know what you think. Share this with others who might benefit from this. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, lift your limits.